Yeah, we knuckin and buckin and ready to fight. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Aphrodite, aka Madam Suave. If you are new here, I would like to welcome you to the community. Be sure to check the description box below and like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to. Remember that energy is timeless and fluid. This could be past, present, or future energy. Flip other things to be reversed and only take what resonates, leaving the rest for who it is meant for. So I'm going to go ahead and try to take my time today, okay? I know that I have been rushing and I know that my guides are working on me with slowing down, okay? So we're gonna try to kind of just slow it down today, ease into things, leave room to breathe, as well as allowing spirit to move, okay? Just in case there are other things that need to be said that I do not already have from my decodings, okay? But first out, we do have a lot of red and root chakra energy coming out, which we did speak on yesterday, okay? So I was specifically picking up on Capricorn energy, but the energy that I was feeling was a very bleh, angry, and agitated, okay? Short fuse energy. So this could be someone in your energy, or this could just be some, collective energy. We have been talking a lot about judgment. We have been talking a lot about karma, and it is almost like we are riding a bull, okay? We are riding the bull and we are not letting go, okay? We are still hanging on, but it's almost for these people, they are barely hanging on. You are a pro bull rider, but these people are having a very tough time holding on and keeping up, okay? Someone here, because we have spoke about rodeos before, okay? So maybe someone, you actually do participate in rodeos. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Dangerous, but so fucking cool, okay? But what I'm getting is you have a forceful energy trying to butt their way into things that they don't understand, who is receiving karma. They are stuck at start with no gas to make it to finish. And what I was getting was Thomas the train, okay? The little engine that could. And if they try any harder, they might blow a head gasket or pass out, okay? So someone's health could be declining or someone is on their deathbed. These people could be very upset that you have access to this information and it's given to you freely because of your power and your gifts. They could also be used to getting their way due to their looks, especially a masculine energy is what I was picking up on, okay? But their wand is no good. Like a night walker, okay? I'm telling you, a night walker wouldn't even go near that, okay? Like when I say, because I think we picked up on this energy before, okay? It is permanently out of service, okay? Permanently out of service. They could also use money or throw a lot of words at you to make it seem like they know a lot, but really know nothing, okay? So this is someone, it's almost like they kind of try to distract you by throwing so much information at you. And sometimes it's literally like someone saying a lot but saying nothing at the same time, okay? Saying a lot but saying nothing. I believe a phrase for it or word for it is filibuster, okay? Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is also considered filibuster. And now, because sometimes this could be in a good way, right? It's like, as we have some people who they speak a lot and it's almost like you still cannot figure them out because there is still like a certain way about them that still conceals things. Like, I don't know how to quite explain that, right? It's like you feel like you're learning a lot about a person, but at the same time you realize you're learning absolutely nothing. But it's different for this person. It's given that they're throwing a lot at you, but it's literally just to distract you. Could be from the fact that they know nothing, or or they're trying to just like intimidate you in a way or throw you off your game, okay? And it's kind of what I was getting, but this is something that doesn't phase you, okay? You see right beyond it. You see right beyond the bullshit, okay? You could be someone who, I am picking up on kind of a debate energy, okay? So someone here, you could participate in debates a lot, or you're interested in debates, something of that nature, okay? Is something that I am picking up on, but this doesn't have to be, okay? This could also be someone who just likes to debate things, especially things that they know nothing about, okay? It's like, sit down. They are like a storehouse for useless information or have a very robotic-like personality, okay? So it's almost like it's almost like their whole personality is pretty much just all they can talk about is things that are informative. And this could be because they literally, we haven't talked a lot about soulless people, okay? It's like they have no emotion or anything. It's just like all they know how to do is talk about information or things that, like, they don't know how to perceive life outside of information, if that makes sense, right? It's like they do not know how to receive information outside of what has already been written. And what I mean by that is it's like no new information can be revealed to them because, like I said, some things can only be felt and it cannot be taught, right? It's like they lack the ability to see things from a higher perspective, okay? And they lack the ability to kind of follow their spirit and understand that, your emotions and stuff, and not like not being led by your emotion, but understanding that information comes through the form of emotion sometimes, right? It's literally like a gut feeling, an intuitive feeling. This could be someone who lacks intuition. Someone who like lacks intuition or some sort of connection to spirit, okay? It's just something that they are lacking. They wanted access to your angelic frequency for some sort of healing, but no amount of holy water can put out that fire. They are getting added to the lake of fire to feed the belly of the beast. This person could also have an incurable sexual disease, okay, or assaulted a lot of people, or very irresponsible. I was picking up on heavy fire sign and Virgo energy. They wanted to feed off of your energy because they are losing all energy, but they didn't realize angels have two sides, angel of life and angel of death, and they serve whatever purpose is needed at any given time, and in their case it's death. Every time your energy hits them, they get knocked down. Your light is so bright that all they can see is darkness because it blinds them and they have to close their eyes shut. This could have been someone who was all about power, sex, money, unable to break free of the subconscious mental prison, and they dropped to the bottom of the ocean. And this is why I said that you always have to be more cautious of the calm people, of the ones who people think are so kind, because there is another side behind that always. A flip switched on inside of you when you least expected it to, and it's been your guiding light ever since. You learned that the only one that could keep you from freedom was yourself. Okay, and one thing I want to talk about, because this is something I have brought up before, but the term when people say, you know, that's white people shit, okay, and I am using quotation marks, that's white people shit. And one thing that I said, people who say that they don't do things because it's white people shit, I'm sorry, I'm just going to assume that you are boring, especially, you know, this could be people of color, especially, you know, black people, okay? One thing that bothers me so much is because how can you say you're not going to do something because, you know, you deem that as white people shit, but in the same breath, you say that your rights are being, you know, stripped from you, or people are holding you back, people are oppressing you, while you also are kind of robbing yourself of experiences in the world. Like you are literally creating a box for yourself to live in. And for me personally, I just think it's such a poor mindset to have, you know, and it's a contradiction. Like you are contradicting yourself. And honestly, this is what we talk about when we talk about the victim mentality constantly. It keeps you in a victim mentality, and it's like there is so much that the world has to offer. Yeah, everything ain't always, you know, rainbow and sunshine, but there is so much out there to explore, so much out there to experience. And I'm sorry, I just never understood it. Like it just don't make no sense to me. How are you always out here blaming others for your, you know, lack of opportunity, the oppression that you may feel, but at the same time you kind of close yourself off to opportunities and experiences? It just doesn't make sense, okay? What you believe shapes your reality because it determines what steps you will or will not take, as well as your experience. There are so many people living different experiences with different perspectives, all while living in the same world, because they choose what they want to focus on. Or for some, they simply aren't aware, right? And when you are not aware of something, it is not a part of your direct reality, okay? It might be a part of someone else's reality, but it is not a part of yours. And just because, you know, someone else is feeling something, this is a part of their reality, does not mean that you have to share that reality. Like it really doesn't, right? So when people are constantly maybe telling people like, oh, why aren't you speaking up about this and yada yada yada, bitch, maybe because that's your motherfucking reality, that's your perspective, and other people have different perspectives, and you gotta fucking respect that. And just because, like I said, when you are emotionally attached to something, it does not make it right, okay? That is your subjective reality, that is not the objective reality, okay? You take your power back, and it is not that you are living in a state of illusion nor delusion, but you focus on only what you can control and choose to ignore illusions that are projected, creating your reality within reality, and together we create the collective reality. This is what makes you a world disruptor and why you are such a danger to the system and the matrix. You know the ins and outs of the game and choose not to play into the hands, but change the game. And now you have the upper hand because you don't need them, but they do need you. Okay, and this is what we talked about when I briefly spoke about, you know, my perspective of 48 laws of power. And I did, after, you know, that video I viewed a short clip of him speaking. It wasn't all the way through, so I only viewed it a little ways through, but then I understood, like, yes, okay, so exactly how I said it, okay, it's like he was simply pointing out the fallacies, okay, so it wasn't like, you know, a book that you take and it's gospel, okay. So I thought that was very interesting because that is a conclusion that I could come to just looking at the book. I'm like, I'm sorry, like there's just no way. Anyway, so You outrank these institutions and judicial systems because you are here to uphold divine law and order, to restore harmony and balance. You have them in a very tough position and all lights are shining on them. They were not expecting to be the ones in the interrogation room being interrogated, especially not by you, but it's literally written in the Constitution, okay? At least for U.S. citizens, okay? It is in the Constitution. You have as much power as anyone breathing. Their power is artificial and only exists because you believe that it does, and you give it power, and it's dangerous that you are helping others to see the same. So this is the mass awakening and mass baptism that I was talking about, okay? So people everywhere are rising up, and victory never tasted so sweet, okay? Victory never tasted so sweet. It is already written that this war is won, so continue to play your part and trust that your heart will guide you to make all correct and necessary moves. If you are someone who likes to bring awareness, okay, and now, because I did kind of talk about, not focusing on things that are literally meant to be a distraction. So if you are someone who likes to bring awareness to things, you could be into like journalism, or maybe you I don't know, you have a platform where you like to speak about, social political things. But if you are someone who likes to bring awareness to things going on in the world politically and socially, do more investigating in the field, okay? I was hearing more boots on the ground. So you may be someone who does lots of volunteering or community work, or this may be something that you will be doing more of in the very near future or the future, okay? Moving towards solutions, because a lot of the time simply talking about the problem can create more conflict, confusion, and makes the problem appear bigger than what it is, okay? So we are moving away from talking and putting plans into action. We have way too many brains and way more brains than problems to not be able to solve them. It's not that we can't, it's just that this current system relies on conflict and differences to survive, okay? Also, okay, so people cannot figure you out, okay? People can't figure you out, and they can't figure out your game. But the reason why they cannot figure out your game is because you are not playing a game. They are. You move with purpose, and they lack the tools and hardware to comprehend. Everyone was not created equally, okay? And I'm saying this from a higher perspective, okay? Everyone was not created equally. Some were designed to only be pawns and energy packs, okay? Fuel or food. They were never intended to wake up or attain consciousness. They were just a part of the master plan, and you have the privilege of knowing and understanding because you play a very key and fundamental role in the grand scheme of things, okay? And now, it's like I said, right? Everything in life serves a purpose, and like I said, every purpose may not be, so grand, but I mean, the sheep provide wool, right? The sheep provide wool and warmth, okay? Warmth, comfort, okay? So it's like, somebody got to be the sheep. Everything comes with a balance, okay? So life itself is kind of one big contradiction. And it's not that it's a contradiction, but there must be an opposite to exist, right? So let's say there were no sheep, right? And everyone was just aware and conscious. Like what then would consciousness be if there's no such thing as, unconscious? You know what I'm saying? So there has to be an opposite of everything. Everything always has to be leveled out. Everything always has to be in balance. Okay, so you have to have an opposite. And therefore, like I said, life is a big paradox within itself. Life is a big, kind of, if you want to call it a contradiction, life is going to constantly contradict itself, right? So people feel like you are playing mind games, but you're existing on a completely different timeline, and you exist on all timelines, traveling through the network to collect data and information. You've been doing this from birth, even without knowing it, okay? And I don't know if you guys have been feeling the time jumps randomly, okay, throughout the days, but get excited, okay? Get excited. There could be so much going on around you, but you are just someone who is so very, very free, okay? And the image that I was having is literally someone skipping in the midst of a war in the middle of the battlefield. And this could be off-putting to those who cannot understand, but it's also very refreshing to others, okay? They want to know what you know, like what you know that's got you so motherfucking hype and happy and smiling all the time, okay? So a lot of people had began to lose hope, and then here you come, frolicking, throwing your flowers and pixie dust, and you've given them a new sense of hope and something to look forward to, even beyond just this physical world and what we see. Okay, there is so much to explore, and I literally was hearing little Einsteins. Okay, there is so much to explore, but people are absolutely stumped about how you do what you do and how you know what you know. You could be haunting people in their dreams or sleep, their thoughts, especially those that may have wronged you, and you have them thinking that you must be some sort of sorceress or ancient witch. You could remind them of someone who was very well known and renowned, a ghost from the past, okay? But this is something that is just in your DNA, and you get them very riled up. They are literally being tormented, and you may be oblivious to the full strength of your power, okay? you are literally living completely different realities from them, and it's giving almost like an alternate or a parallel universe. You are literally everywhere at once, and they cannot run nor hide. You have eyes and ears. Okay, I was hearing eyes and ears in high places that cannot be reached except by you. I want to read Ezekiel 33 verses 33 through 5. So, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. He heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning, his blood shall be upon him. But he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul. So there are a lot of people who did not heed the warning, and it's off with their heads to be served on a silver platter. You could be seeing 333 and 1111, as well as Panther is also a synchronicity or sign here. They are running around like chickens with their heads cut off, ready for the skewers, okay? I was hearing New Independence Day, so get ready for the cookout. I've been telling y'all, we're gonna be sitting back watching the fireworks, okay? Get ready for the cookout. AIDS is significant, okay? Someone could have AIDS, but there's also a lot of dirt on someone, or dirt being dug up. Also, someone is getting put in the dirt, and I was hearing a lot of RIPs are going to be going around, okay? A lot of RIPs, you're going to be seeing a lot of that. Tip or TI is significant, as well as the nickname Riri. I was also hearing private eye or detective, okay? Private eye detective or some sort of detective could be being paid. A raid, okay? Something about a raid is significant here, as well as taxes. This could be tax evasion for some. There's also something significant about pictures. Party is significance. Party as in I believe, I don't know, is he an artist? Okay, y'all, I'm sorry, y'all know I do not be keeping up, but okay, so party, Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico. A publicist is significant, as well as public relations. So I don't know if someone here is a publicist or someone who works in public relations. I was also hearing quid pro quo. Okay, so something about money laundering and embezzlement. Trillions of dollars. Okay, so there could have been trillions of dollars being embezzled or laundered. Something that's significant about a paid trip. Also, Trinidad, Pennsylvania, Texas. Someone could have passed away from cancer, or someone has cancer and could be approaching their end. But there is a cycle that is coming to completion. And the end of a contract and the beginning of a new one for some of you. For some of you, you have a lot of actors around you. They could be acting very helpless. And baby, I am the wrong one, because I will look at you like you stupid. Like straight up, like don't act helpless. If you able, bitch, you better do. If you able, then do. So if you able to do, then do. Okay? They could be trying to slow you down or stop you, afraid for whatever reason, and they better figure out what's good for them before they find out, okay? They could be afraid of getting left behind, but these are people who are literally sitting around doing nothing, expecting you to do all of the heavy lifting. You've grinded your ass off to be where you're at. This ain't nothing that happens overnight. You've had to work on yourself like anybody else, and if they fail to do the same, that's their problem, not yours, okay? These is not your kids. These are grown-ass adults, okay? Is what I'm picking up on. These are grown-ass adults. These are not children. Now, could they be adults who have the mind of a child still? Absolutely. Absolutely. But these are grown-ass adults who had plenty of time to do what they needed to do. They think that you can just wave a magic wand and make everything go away, and that's not how that works. They're in the position that they are in because they failed to do the work, and can't nobody do it for you. And it does not help that time is not on their side. California, Cape Town, Michigan, Denver. Someone's BMI could be severely low. Okay, the name Amy. Someone could be watching the TV show Martin, or maybe someone's name here is Martin. Hair dye is significant, as well as someone could be asking for their money back that was borrowed. Jaime or Jamie is significant, as well as the babe. Ooh, my goodness. Okay. That's confirmation for someone, okay? Bape clothing brands, as well as Macy's, TJ Maxx, or someone's name could be Max. There's something significant about a dice game, okay? I was also hearing the 3 blind mice, okay? The story of the 3 blind mice. EJ, Jax, BJ, daisies, as in the flowers, okay? Daisies. DEA and CIA is significant. You could have called someone out on the illusions they were trying to create. And one thing about people who live in denial is that they can often miss how obvious their illusions appear, okay? Cambodia is significant, as well as Japan. Now, I want to briefly talk about the story of Cain and Abel, okay? So Cain and Abel were the first two sons of Adam and Eve. So Cain murders Abel because of the favor Abel has found in God's eyes. Cain became cursed, wandering as a fugitive, punished for jealousy, anger, and the consequences of violence with nowhere to lay rest. So someone could literally be homeless or simply unable to rest, and this could be more symbolical of missing that feeling of home and what it means inside. This could be someone who lacks heart, okay? They have a lack of heart. This could also be someone who is handicapped, okay? Either literally or, I don't know, handicapped in some other way, but this could be someone who is handicapped, envious of your abilities, feeling like you never struggle, or maybe you just make it look really easy. This could be someone who is close to you and maybe you view them as family even if they are not your blood, okay? You just do what you can and what you know how. You don't make excuses for yourself. If you do have a disability or what they call a disability, you look for ways to liberate yourself and not remain a victim or use it as a crutch, okay? It's mind over matter. If you don't mind, it don't matter. This is someone who projects a lot because of what they perceive about themselves. They are overly emotional about everything, and it's likely due to the fact that no one ever told them what they needed to hear. Everyone was constantly tiptoeing around them to avoid conflict, and baby, if people need to tiptoe around you, then you are the problem, okay? You are the problem, and you need to work on yourself and regulating your own emotions, okay? So Maryland is significant, as well as the initials M, D, J, B, and I, okay? So that is all I have for you guys today. I hope that you enjoyed this message. Hopefully, I know I slowed down in the beginning. I don't know if I picked up pace. I am a fast speaker, so we're gonna work on it, but I did take some moments to pause, so I am, I'm proud of myself for that. I'm patting myself on the back. So if you enjoyed this message, if you got anything from this message, like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to. I love you all so very much, and I'll see you guys on next time. Bye.